we will continue our discussion on functional e-business areas. In this regard, we have already seen how to automate your internal business processes using ERP system. Then we moved over to various subsystems where we actually connect with the external stakeholder. Now, one such subsystem is actually your e-marketing. So, in this lecture, we are going to learn what exactly is marketing and what is the role of internet in enhancing various marketing efforts. Then we are going to learn about online customer models in marketing and activities on marketing and information support system. Now, the purpose of marketing is planning, promotion and sale of existing products in the existing market or development of new products and new markets to attract better to attract customers better and serve the present and potential customers. So, in this context actually the theory behind this is your attention, interest, desire and action. So, in this model what happens, first the company tries getting the attention of a prospective customer, then it have certain efforts in which the customer is actually interested to know about the product and know various advantages and benefits of the product. So, after showing this, demonstrating these advantages and benefit of the products, once the customer gets interested, then the next task is to convince the customer that the product best suits their need, after which the customer has the desire to buy the product, then the customer actually buys the product. Now, over the years, though this model that we discussed just now is actually proposed in early in 1940s or 50s, the concept is still continuing. Only thing is that the internet is used as an additional communication channel to realize this model. So, in this process the marketing paradigm has changed from undifferentiated mass marketing to mass customized marketing. Now, if you look at this concept of mass marketing, actually in 1940s and 50s, what used to happen, the target was a large market, and the market was completely undifferentiated. So, it was every individual was treated with equal, it was being seen having equal opportunities for buying the product. However, the concept changed slowly, then people went for conceptually people started thinking about differentiated mass markets, in which the special groups were identified and special marketing programs were designed for them. Then the next phase people started thinking about making the whole market into small segments, and each segment special marketing drive was proposed. Then around 70s and 80s, the concept was about niche marketing, finding out the small niche areas where the customers can be motivated to buy the product and taking appropriate actions accordingly. Then around 80s and 90s, some special customers were targeted, and in the concept of individual marketing by contacting the customer was carried out. However, this process of contacting individual customers has now become even more simple because of the internet, because internet is pervasive and you can contact, you can have if you properly design your channel, you can actually contact your customers at any point of time and try to customize your marketing efforts according to their behavior. So, therefore, this particular era is called customized marketing, and this customized marketing is no longer for a small group of individuals, it is for a very large group of individuals. Therefore, it is also called mass customized marketing. Now, what has made internet as an enabler of mass customized marketing? Because the effort for customization has actually reduced with the internet. You can imagine that now the companies can actually make target advertising. They can understand your behavior, they can store your behavior, and they can target certain products and services which suits your past activities and past behavior that they have observed over the web. Now, in this process, if you have specialized design, if you design specialized marketing programs, that software will actually automatically take care of the customer behavior and do certain marketing effort. So, because of this automation process, the cost has reduced considerably, and of course, there is a reduction in time, and now because penetration of the internet is all over the world, and a large mass of people are covered by internet, the outreach is obviously higher. So, because of this reduction in cost and reduction in time to customize, because see earlier, now the programs are able to customize. So, the customization effort, for example, you imagine that a menu is getting designed to design a menu for need of a particular user. Now, in case it would have been a print media or it would have been, let us say television, then you cannot do it immediately. It requires certain time for preparing a brochure in case of a print media, or preparing certain advertisement in case of advertisement in TV. However, by writing code which can consider various conditions, and those according to those conditions, which those conditions of course will depend on the user's behavior, the search behavior, searching pattern, etc., and you can show certain advertisement, or you can demonstrate a menu or something. So, if we think of designing a specialized menu, now it can be done within no time. Similarly, and already we have discussed about the higher outreach because of the penetration of the internet. Now, let us look at as I have told you, how do we define e-marketing? E-marketing is about using internet as an additional channel for marketing. Okay. Now, let us try to understand what are the characteristics of e-marketing. First of all, associative information acquisition. So, internet provides a platform for associative information acquisition. This by associative information we mean the related information. Either you while designing your website or special advertising, either you can arrange the things in a manner so that related information appear one after the other as the user searches, or you provide freedom to the prospective customer and existing customers to go through various contents and make their information search customized for themselves. Then now there is instead of market pool, there is customized push. So, by market pool we mean first you have to sense the demand, then according to demand you have to design your marketing program. However, right now you can first understand the customer behavior, then you can push your marketing program. Then the third is integration of customer into creation of the value chain. By this we mean, look, what exactly is your value chain? Your value chain is about getting the input till you generate the output and send it to the till you reach your end customer. through appropriate marketing and sales effort. Now, your web and specially designed web enabled specially designed programs in the web can actually helping the customer to design their own product. Just imagine about maybe you have sometimes you must have visited some website, let us say Nike's website, where you have the option to design your own shoe. So, either you explicitly get the customer into value creation by providing some options where the customer actually is able to add features or delete features from an existing products, or you can implicitly do so by observing users behavior. Now, the product has become now the marketing effort has become one to one. Directly you are able to contact your customers without any intermediary. Then the next thing is ubiquity. By ubiquity we mean actually internet is pervasive, anywhere, anytime, any place you can be in touch with your customer. So, this ubiquity has provided the companies ample opportunity to the to contact their prospective customers and turning them to real customers. Then it as we know, this internet has actually reduced the disintermediation, and many times you are able to directly contact your customers. Your B2C and C2C models are there, in which you can actually directly contact your customers. Now, let us try to understand that how exactly to track the customers, and you remember that model, that getting first the attention of the customer, creating the interest with them, and then creating the desire with them to buy the product, and finally making them actually buy the product. So, here the conceptually the same idea we now discuss. As I have told you already in the very first lecture, most of our most of the material from this course we are taking from 3 books, 2 information systems book and another book from e-commerce and e-business, and this is from that 3rd book. You can see our first lecture to know about various books, and this particular model is from that book. So, here the idea is the in this model of online customer, the customer actually goes through 5 phases. First, he becomes an online surfer, then he becomes an online consumer, then online prosumer, online buyer, and online key customer. Now, who is an online surfer? Online surfer are the people who will be actually browsing through the product and services. Then these, after they browse, they become online consumer. Who are online consumers? You can actually characterize those surfers as online consumers who will be bookmarking your web address. They will be actually spending time in reading the material related to products and service. They will be downloading, probably they might be printing as well. So, they become online consumers. The third, after they become online consumers, they can share their personal information for tailoring the product according to their personal need. We say they are both producers and consumers, we call them as prosumers. Then they become online buyers. So, if they actually purchase after designing or modifying or tailoring the product, or not even doing so, after getting highly motivated, and if the desire is generated within them, then they become online buyers. After they become online buyers and make the purchase, they become your key customer. They become, if they are happy, happy online buyers become key customers. They make multiple purchases from your site. Now, let us going to see what the companies are offering for developing the customers over the web. So, first is, as we have told you, the online surfers. These online surfers visit just to get acquainted with a brand, a service, or with the company. If this kind of people, the group of people, they actually surf aimlessly and often jump from one website to the other, even within the website from one page to the other. Now, the first task of the company is to create these online surfers, so that at least they visit their website, visit a specific brand, the specific brand the company is trying to offer. So, what are the strategies the companies are adopting and what are the tools they are using to make online surfers? So, the first strategy is about deciding a domain name. If your domain name is appropriate, then search engine will find your website. So, this you should have a appropriate domain name for marketing. This domain name can be either independent of your main corporate website. You remember, in one of the last classes we discussed about the corporate websites. So, your brand website may not be may or may not be a part of your corporate website. Either it is either for a specific brand, people companies will be getting for independent domain name, or at times it can be part of the main product line as a subdomain of the main product line. Then the second work you have to do is you have to protect your domain name. By protecting your domain name, we mean, see, domain name, when we get a domain name on the internet, domain names we will be getting for a short period, for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, depending on what we. But if we actually do not renew that domain name on right time, then somebody else might be taking that domain name. So, which will create a lot of confusion among the buyers. So, therefore, the next task is to protect your domain name. Then you publicize your domain name. How do you publicize? You make effort so that they actually come during if the user fires a search engine query, a query in the search engine, or you show your websites in some allied, let us say you are dealing with some sports products. So, you would like to show your you should try to make your presence feel in the website of some website which is actually showing sports news. So, there can be, you have to design special, you have to make special effort to publicize your domain name. Then next task is to make one online surfers become an online customer. Now, who is an online customer? Online customer is somebody who will be looking at, I have already told you, who will be spending more time in your website. So, a surfer becomes an online consumer if the company succeeds in establishing goal directed and repeated contact with the server. Look, unlike television, where the advertisements are, you can fire advertisements at your customer and you expect your prospective customer and you expect your prospect to sit in front of the TV. Here actually in the online environment situation is different. You really cannot, you do not have really any control over the buyer's surfing action, the prospective buyer's surfing action. He can visit, so you should put appropriate effort so that ultimately he comes to your site. You make your presence feel in various places, appropriate places, so that ultimately he comes to your site. So, your aim is to establish repeated contact with the server and make them online consumer. Now, who are online consumers? These online consumers, you can detect somebody from a server becoming online consumer. He first of all spends more time in your website, then he may be keeping your web address as in his bookmark. He may be spending, he might be reading the material in your website. He can download and print information. Now, what are the strategies companies are adopting to build and retain online consumers? First, you have to create a facility to view, feel and understand the product. So, what are those facilities that companies have? You can have product catalog, you can have presentation, you can have videos, you can have simulations, you can provide facilities for brochure download, and you can even have interactive applications. Similarly, you can have discussion forums where the people can come. The list actually every day companies are becoming innovative and they are adding more and more applications, web based applications to actually make online consumers. Even you can provide the place, the people to give feedback and write, and they can, and others can come to that website and see the feedback of the people who have already given the already used the product. Then next task is to make a consumer, online consumer, a online prosumer. Now, look, usually in traditional literature, consumer means somebody who has already consumed your product, but by online consumer we mean online consumers are somebody who has actually trying to consume the information given about your product. Next is your online prosumer. Now, who are online prosumers? Online prosumers are both producers and consumers. By producer and consumer we mean they will be helping you in product, innovating your old product or creating new products. So, the prosumer is a customer who would not like to acquire only the standardized product, but also the product and services tailored according to his individual preference. So, they are willing to share their personal information. So, now what kind of facilities the companies are creating for online prosumers? Facility to individualize a product and service and visualizing its effect. I was talking about the Nike shoes. You can actually design your own shoe. You can visualize your shoe, how it looks like before you actually buy it. After designing, you may decide not to buy also. So, similarly, you while buying a computer or some other such electronic goods, you can sometimes add features and delete features. Then you can create some online community where people will be giving suggestions, and later on you can use these suggestions in your value chain. You can have the facility for both side feedback, you can become interactive, you can get the ideas from the customer, you can help them out to improvise the product and so on. So, in this process the ideas that is coming out of the users, you can use them to build their individualized product. Next is for making a buyer. Now, the customers, the prosumers who after getting motivated actually buy the product, they are called online buyers. So, for this what are the facilities you make for online buyers? Shopping cart, where the all of us have must nowadays everybody is buying products from the internet. So, we know what a shopping cart is. From the in a shopping cart to shopping cart is some facility where you can add your product just like your physical shopping cart. Then you should have a payment facility, you should be connecting to a payment gateway for submitting for after the purchase, after the he puts the items in the shopping cart for paying. Then next is he can actually track the, you can help them to track the delivery process. In fact, if you see the websites of most e-commerce companies, you will have a facility where you can actually see where your product is in the logistics network, and when and how you are going to get the product. So, you should be able to track the delivery, he should be able to track the delivery process. Then finally, you should be maintaining the customer relationship after he becomes a buyer, and we have already discussed about the customer relationship already in the last lecture. So, once somebody becomes a customer and if he is happy with your product and service, then he will be coming multiple times to your site, he will make purchases and he becomes a very value added entity for you. Now, what are the facilities the companies have for this? They have customer relationship management software, and last class we have discussed this customer relationship management software. They actually integrate the customers, they take customers complaint from multiple sources, not only they are limited to internet and the web, they even telephone line, and through various other options you can integrate all the customer complaints together and you can handle them well. Then you can encourage personal communication in case he or she faces any problem with the product or requires any service. You and such key online customers, time to time you can provide special offers, and you can also make satisfaction surveys, so that in future you are able to offer them better products, or you can put them in your cross selling or upselling, you can include them in your cross selling or upselling activities. With this we finish this lecture. Thank you very much.